ye ninje ho ye forest a omawure mu a omosɛ no no ye ninje ho nti omunjai na saa tumi no ye wo se ye beka ase yanka ye begina ho ama NDC for asɛ ye nsuo no ma sɛ ye forest nti ye besrɛ sɛ ye message mun make sure sɛ mun be mana ko ekyiri amaka ama obi ate sɛ be ya nyina ye di ni bɛkɔ ho na support say the fight against galamsey no Ghana yebedi so nkunim ama ya protect the environment any yensu damas yeah sure say we the question be any hosa okay that mean
so already are spending enough time here so please. All right, Ebusia. Mamuni na kwaba at the bar political zone. So I just happened to get onto the platform. Nami who say MPP, your headquarters say yeah press conference. And you know, me call her stand coming more ebehwe kakra and sana start program no. Na obi ahụ te say mama me hu so obi ahụ te say ai esere mo a mama me hu so obi ahụ te say na e de nyame aseso de another excellent day e de amayen yeah empire ba ye gba na say nadom ene na hunu mobro enkoso ntwanye yen na no moayen na dia osefo bonefo no ebe hihye de amaye bia no no nyame no enyim firi yakwan mu dia oka obeye no oka oye na yaginidi enso so obeye me de minim se yabomode aye adwumaden na yakan ye hoboma to this level of togetherness 2028 nkunimdie ebetumi ayeye dia nti no mama mayen worry I strongly believe in nkunimdie ebetumi ayeye dia onyame wo ho yinkwa dia nkunimdie ebetumi ayeye dia me patcho waba so a share page ni bi mame said dia me so me wa ha me share no me srem a share na ya na ehia enu ntina yakase mo share no ye besrem pi share na ya na ehia enu ntina ya na yakase mo share no on share program na enyefe na ohweso ni na also oka na say the da wakoma so so udi ja comment na say na enya chance na ye read no be to me eti bi meba ene meba o fanchame and Wednesday I believe the Wednesday nyame ndom ye ntwitwane no mwaye na sedia oyema ye da no onkoso nyema midweek ya na enipa aswa ye shit. Okay, I think I've shared enough. Let's get on with the program. Okay. Okay, wana aba mama muni na akwa aba sonko at the bar political zone to me so within the Felix appear. And then the first day I will share me, I'm a patch also share me free YouTuber. My pouch also be subscribe na watch share page na kasa I will share no video no watch share at the ato baby to me the ato amayen. Oh yes, amayen yankopon ebe shroud. Facebook na wo hwa ye free bibi follow u follow na ade na ye friend notification no na ade na ayesa adoma no na wamia so se umia adoma no so a edo ebeto list so a anytime bi a meba live bia no ubenya information ne say maba live misremo a momoden na mundi se adwuma we mai na nyankopon so emfa so emfempeja page no enko baby ss ko mehu e bi o say Ifo Nebuchadnezzar Pega or said Justice Kolondi was busy negotiating with Jakpa on how to swerve justice. It's crazy. Now Ghana and funny. How can somebody who has been let go by the military today all of a sudden lead a special operations in a government that says they are democratic? Anyways, Okana Oyako can too much. We share page in our program neighbor start here. One more TikTok no unfollow me. I'm share page ya na we follow no fe dia mame program na ekoso na no se ekoso yi ma wa na wa tap screen so a tap so sa na afi so wetumi abomoden a share amame ebeboa o share mame a ebekwa chiri pa we are in times I say yan hwe na yan mu bia yan ni da ho no yan sorry anka senti tiania maybe I'm telling you say that political party called NDC is going to turn this country into something yan hwe we will not recover from. Now, there is something that beats my mind. Bibi chile madwene so. Oh, bibi kakra chile madwene so. The chile madwene so to say, me kai say time wana His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Na enkrofo like people had their voice. Like enkrofo kasa, enkrofo babe kasa, enkrofo babe bashe Akufo-Addo. Every little chance bi omubenye bia no mo ba bonten babe bashe. And then we finally get to a place ayede modoba ba yede dia omaga na akoma to mu yema ba na afi kura na yede dia oma makoma to mu yema ba no niama bone ekoso a the same people cannot even talk. The same people cannot talk. Hwene dia ekoso ene John Jinapo me you see me say me ankasa no me nim dia dam so dia but sankan krofo be di no kura was app we are a friend of social media iso. Se Ghana fo a mo hwe social media your conversation sankan krofo be di no kura mo anka mo be hu se kwasi apia me so me camera say me di si me so I've been nothing and nothing but truthful to the people of Ghana. Ye ko yi John Jinapo that time wo Ghana satana mo kodam away we koda media TV and I'm a program and I'm a can say appointment here John Dramani Mahama egusua all ye especially in these vital places Emma meboyen na mehunu se bibi koso ewo Ghana efo bibi koso wo Ghana me say me can we so say NDC for ye bibi okay meja me notes sorry say NDC for Ghanaians are okay to forgive them. But say MPP for BBA, it's like they want to drag the life out of them. It's like these people have to be hanged. And funny enough, where the hell is my pen? Funny enough, they get people to actually do this bidding for them. Obia utieme. Obia utieme. From get-go, na me can say, ye mistake the NDC for way back. It is the same do for na omuja yen dum so ema na usika da bank ya na wunya no the same people. Politics intino biti echire fear unim den say every time they are not willing, like their lives are not willing. They are not willing. They are not willing to accept. Say, listen. This is the trick of these people. Mama yanimbi and for politics, Nenton Chanka Krana, yen starting your day, yen starting governizing and properly. They turn everything NDC MPP, so everybody is standing at their corner. Even though what they are doing is bad, you cannot talk about it because at the end of the day, they are not buying a war. So NPP comes as this, NDC comes as this, and this is what we are doing to the Ghana that we claim we love. Anyways, Wabaswashe, today there's a lot of things that I want to do today. Later on in the program, maybe lines, now opese uja comment, opese join the conversation, obi to me join it. We are going to talk about these videos because these are what I call them I told you so videos. I told you so videos. Now, and that Ghana I want obia hu yemehi che nkrofo mi no bi. Utie nkrofo mi no bi om hu yemehi pa. Okuje to ablokwa. Sam George. Sam nkrofo mi no we hu yemehi. Na ndem me person me ka asem bi kire Sam George. Sam George. Mr. Round Ball. We are fully aware. Me kano brofum na wate. Mo fan chame. Me we amechiri mu twi mu. Sam George. Round Ball. We are aware of what you and Yahira Kuku, okay, and those people you have put in charge of IT at National Security. We know what you people are doing. Let me tell you something. Sam George Ningo Pram Pram, MP. I want you to know that we, and when I say we, the people that are we know ourselves. We are very, very aware of the job you are doing at the Ministry of Communication. We know how you are using state apparatus. And we know the diabolic ways you have set and you are trying to push. Sam George, you are not old. You, Sam George, you are not old. And for the first time, I'll pray for long life for you. And the reason I'm praying for long life for you, Sam George, is because I want you to reap the bitter seeds you have sown in life, and you will not go unpunished. Somebody send this video to Sam George. When I finish, just like I talked to you in my inbox, I will get this video and let you see it in your inbox. And anybody watching me today, any Ghanaian looking at me today, mark today's date down. Today is the 26th of March 2025. Everybody should remember this name, Sam George, from Ningo Pram Pram. Every bitter seed Sam George has sowed, every bitter seed Sam George has sowed, he will live to reap each one of them. And Sam George, I promise you, Sam George, I promise you, today you are in power. Sam George, I promise you, if you serve the same God that I serve, you will not go scot-free. Today, you might get away with it. You might lie. You might lie your way through. You control things. It's fine. But I want Sam George, Ningo Pram Pram MP, to know today that whatever evil seed, Sam George, you are sowed, whatever evil seed, Sam George, you have sowed, you will live to reap each one of their fruits, one after the other. And your ending wouldn't be pretty. Everybody mark this where the water will not touch. Sam George, your life ending will not be a beautiful one. I know who I am. I know what I believe in. And I know what I believe in and who I believe in and what they can do. if the God I serve be the God that created this whole universe, he will speak. And he will speak at the appropriate time. As for the NDC fanatics, it's all right. It's your time. So everything is okay. Medeba yekase emuno. Mese mama Sam George ente eniama we ase. Mama Sam George ehunu na onti ase se. Adwuma one yayira kuku. Utie. Any IT fu egu national security. AUSU Ministry of Communications. Ede ye wo Ghana no. Ye ya aware. Utie. Obi nkantre Sam George say. Ono yayira kuku. Utie. Any IT for na egu national security na womu use omo. Ede ye adwuma omo ye no. Ye ya aware. Na Sam George me bomb paye man say money who say there be for the first time me bomb kwatenten empire di ama Sam George. Kwatenten paye me bonase ni na kire ne say me pese Sam George tena se. Otena wi ase eye Ghana memu. Na edua baboni a wadua e wo Ghana ni na no onte so aba ansa na wewu. Na me share Sam George bo. Sam George ningo pram. Me see video we me wi a me de beba beto we inbox the way ya me no kasa utume ba ne me ba e ba be reply me no me de beto we inbox mama. Me promise edua ba boni biara wadua Sam George nyame be ma wo mfi a wo de betini ni na so aba mako. Wo a wo hwe me wo a wutie me. And the date here 26th of March. Obi anfanto ho. Mutie. Within the Felix appear. Asemu American. Ebre bi beba. Embre bi bedu. Ebi ana ye kura na ye ntiase. Na enso bre bi bedu. And semu and net 26 maka no wa hey. Ghana for any be hu. Ewi ase asobete. Na mo be kai say ampo boy bi no na mara. Sa boy no wa he. The nipa de bekai. Sam George, Yajira Kuku, National Security IT people. Edwuma amudie, nsɛmfo amudie, bɔne amudie no. Onyame oye kɛseɛ na nani ɛkɔ baabia. Na onimdi obia hye no kokoa mu a ɔyɛ. Nto de imagine sare mfa ne sunsum nkata wo so. Na benanti abɔnten na yɛ sɛ woyɛ holy. Nesumase no edin krofo awu ututu fom na uka asem hye ho a enye den ya one day pie na NDC fo no me ba me so aka asem ya kire mo se ennem ani beje e bi ame anka me so mani beje NDC fo enne mo ani ebeje nanso mun kan hu se mre ye ni nka so ebre bi mutumi kotena opposition no na eche ya ansa na mo ba no etumi sense bio utie enne dasebra nwum bi ana oto na memfa ne krensie wase dabi yeso yebeye nipo dabi yeso yebeye nipo dabi yeso yebeye nipo dabi yeso yebeye nipo mese abiama munti mususuma ne yemudo NDC for abiama munti susuma ne yemudo because emre mese ye ninka so ene di matem the 38% but ke kan dia peso kenina ebre beso abana ye debo techino ya this abana beboba me patro TikTok now sha keep the like button going for me. Won't keep on tapping on the screen. So a TikToker. Monim the ekoso. Womo asheda identify MPP channels me start here deal with Andra na meka, but people didn't really take me in. But I heard say sa Katechi so cry kwa dane diwo no so ni page no so some way bi Andra na dwena me say sa story no. But Andra mo kaya me name we show no. That was how I started the show. Sam George used to state apparatus. Utie. Any one IT guys in place and on social media. If you one more identify a year pro NPP pages. Utie. Pages here sebe ye war very, very, very wide followership. Pages here ye kasa poison womb and I say I know share. Muntie the American yepa. You identify in and I divert your viewership. Edit to talk to a mindful for us. As someone making mamun taking for a joke. Mesremo. Be a no face, maybe my people come there be. Muntie the American apa. Me say Sam George. So say me boy on calling me on. He should take me on in any court. So a minister, obi to me Abraham will be letter of attorney. Na unyine mwa. Sometimes near see unyini and near me do a wa like could be a mante. Ye didn't court na communications so na ye expect say on a telcos no be engagement. Na ya titi data so na data ye for na o mindful na nya ho faso. Ye ne no akoto na obi to me ne sebe eye telco si bekasa na omube use important abia gadgets, serious gadgets near there ama your reception and I say how your calls me banner your WhatsApp your conversations near there ebe to me agina or then nasa for ebe dealings near who how through a like we can get like these straight communication channels and stuff so that Ghana can also be on the map like MPP was doing. That is not what Sam George is there to do. Sam George is there to be used as a weapon to fight against his opponent. Say uyu be a oba live na oba live where you show live 3 years. They are making. Not only are our views being diverted, we are not being notified or we are not being noticed, like we are supposed to. As someone making, mamun taking it for a joke, they are doing it to us. Now, this is the time when we will need the support of the whole party system if it was in place. Over Facebook, me were a followership of over 46,000 people. Okay, Facebook, a followership of over 46,000. That's what I have. Over YouTuber, I know I just started it not long ago. Until around 3,200 and something people following on YouTube. TikTok, I just reached 16,000 going to, and I just started TikTok as well too. Sorry. I just finished that too, not too long ago. Before, no, na me program, or me ankasa me page, so, okay? Felix Apia, my regular page. At a go, I was getting over 200, 300, sometimes 500 people watching at a go. Then I opened the page. They followed it there and it was growing, it was growing, it was growing. Then somewhere 2022, about 2023, Sam George came into my inbox. Can I even show that? No, maybe. Nashome, do you think I should show the conversations with me and Sam? No. I might use it later. Should I? Because I wanted, well, people on TikTok would not see it. He made a very foolish comment. And based on that, I went and replied under the post. Sam George came into my inbox and actually said, "Hey, my brother." And I said, "Yes." Isn't he ashamed of himself? What he said was that, "Don't worry, power will change, and we shall all see who controls Ghana." Another case, me and him got into it back and forth. Patrick, big up. Me and Sam George again in the inbox, yeah, Facebook Messenger inbox. Back again. I said something and then he came at me. And I'm called the inbox and I'm called blasting upon. After blasting Sam George, good afternoon, Patrick. After blasting Sam George, he now comes back to also leave a message. Now, this is what happened. That is where they started getting me. Sam George now finally decides to put out things like say nenya me ya adom no mobile power the mo be di asem wa making enye ntro na me di na say Sam George say onyame bi e wo ho a ono Sam George no esom na o me kan kire me say the American na me boa Ghana fo amutie me muntie ni ye Palace GH yene a ye social media kasama MPP, especially your network like internet radio near the no. Most of us, our coverage and our reach has been compromised by these people. Memfen Niagro. So we a blogger. Now yeah. I want you to start monitoring your own page. Nashade. Obi a onim wo ye divert utie somebody who doesn't know you or no mo na bekweku video notification onimu on fa politics ya and Ghana kra asema wo kan e twi on tiase into on hwepo into awabo na atwero co-host with this. And so first na ke ka co-host wa and I say invite and then you be do echi and as obi follow and obi a one no relationship. This time check one kasa app no so more social media no TikTok especially and stuff. One kasa mon check it. Sam George is using national apparatus to do all of this. And I'm not surprised. Because when Ursula was there and Ursula was working, this moron went about parading everything the government was doing as not being worth it. Bibia na Akufo-Addo aban ye digitization agenda ne ade a ye kodi nara. Akoya wa he no ho sa man ball ebegina ho kaseti e ni na. Data boy den dodo ye ntwinto data Akufo-Addo data no boy den dodo de nkeka nsem ye ni na ye ni tubi. Ene mebobo bi wa. Akufo-Addo say na Bawumia he doesn't know anything about digitization. Hey, Erade Nyankopon. Sam George na onim something about digitization no okotena asabiom prebiasa vetina afraid the digitization na enye papa no no aso eba be champion aye as a minister building on what Bawumia had already said. Such a moron is allowed to be a member of parliament, and what makes it worse, represent the whole country when it comes to communications and its apparatus, when it comes to technology and its apparatus. What pisses me off in this instance is that now Niyama say na form the so-called neutrals. Are you people listening? The so-called neutrals in the Ghanaian society have lost their voice. Look at the intimidation going on. Nana Akufo-Addo lived with Oheneba Boama, lived with Kwasi Ampeni Bobi Ansa. He lived with Sami Jemfi. Akufo-Addo lived with Mugabe. He lived with Trinidad for God's sake. We can't disregard that guy because he was part of you. I can even say Trinidad is one of the key reasons why we lost this election, even though he didn't understand. Sam George is now using state apparatus to chase after his opponents. That is why I said, Sam George, I'm praying for him to live long. So that every seed that Sam George has sowed, he will reap it before he dies, one after the other. Do not be fooled. God cannot be mocked. Sam George, you cannot use Ajinasari's church and you being an elder to cover evil. When evil people rule the land, calamities and atrocities meet us. Today, I want to speak into the hearts and minds of Ghanaians. Let us wake up from this all of a sudden psycho nature we are putting ourselves into, all because of politics, and open our eyes to see the things that are happening around us. It is getting dangerous and dangerous every day. Don't take it for a joke. Say abonifo di man so a atugire nchem odan na oyene ene twenye na yen Ghana-fo no enam saa NDC MPP ninti no yem fa ya dwene yakoma ne yeni ento ho nhwe ne ama emmom ye de bibia ye frɛ ne tie otema motions ya appointed kra ya appointment mkrofo, and we always catching win at the end. That is what we use. Make us and be a tremor. Ghana for a team in the Muntiemi. Nana Akufo-Addo became president 2017. Muntieni yepa. Nana Akufo-Addo, he became president in 2017. In 2017, he saw that kids whose parents couldn't afford to give them secondary school education needed support. At that time, we were in IMF conditionalities. He managed to let free education happen for all Ghanaians. No matter how bad we might try to paint it to be, kids have graduated from free education. They have gained education and they've bettered their lives. Some are lawyers, some are doctors, some are still in school. All because of one policy. The same Nana Akufo-Addo, after his first term, or getting to the end of his first term, got confronted with one of the serious things ever this world had seen. That is the coronavirus. It happened in Canada. It happened everywhere in the world, whereby you could not even be more than 5 people in a shop. Despite all these things that was happening, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo still found a way to keep the lights on. You know why? Because if the corona is there and you don't have light, okay, and we know this thing hates heat, and the light is not there for the few people that can operate, like the hospital, the security agencies, the ports and stuff like that to operate, the country will crash down. So as painful as it was dipping into the coffers of Ghana, or Ghana for Kane, and Oka said there be Mamintis come find your day and find Jimmy Pakra. Maminji ni pankwa, and your okra ni yamine jenemkwa. Maminji ni pankwa. Sa meshene sikada ho. Yes, central bank owners, and I say, a sovereign state that has a central bank, many pay woo. If you see mum, and I am feeling some way sick anymore, near fan share. Uncle Kura, yen, say you kolibui. Any you come for anochi. Anyway, so Yanni Central, Tema General, Cape Coast, fine, we know. Ventilators anyway, okay, a bay 10. What were we going to do? And as a phone it here, then him say if one there, in Petam Pefo, no more number baby frame, you know about Baba Trouba, you are a fool. Only 2 people are watching and one no call. Who are we in a Juma? But why would you Ghana want to stick with me? And let us help this country move forward. Utie. Nana do make sure say ye nipa nkwa at the expense of the economy. Unim the intia. Because no nim say ye ba ye na economy na say. Na say ye tumi aye mana ye dia. And ye say kra na ye betumi aye ni ye. But onipa we ebi no na eye adwuma say ABC de dem on mine. So we wunu ofiri wa afa ni ye be san ya be bere akopɛ ni replacement and also be then capital intensive. Because the population is needed to grow any economy. Mahama be the president. Okay. I feel we're reading the budget. On reading the budget to cry no one chita for and so we near bench. They say the other moment near Genesis or movie baby and no places. We saw it. Mr. Lemon, we in America. Joseph, welcome. We saw it. So when we win election, everything shows NDC has won. They are supposed to be happy and preparing themselves to govern Ghana. Instead of that, they decide to say, there be Yanko Cantomanto, Yanko Trijanto, Yanko Shishitais, Yanko Crawford shops, Yanko Sasaniam and Film, Yanko Crawford, where you may Yankan say, Yabain Aben to Munko Fee. That is what they did. Obaye. See how our economy is already struggling. And then, senior market na share. Car coffee the food be near maybe day by Jato. And then, senior no nesia. Sebio and near maybe a coffee port to SS Bani in your home for Swono, Ira. Senior no nesia. Ubitine baby and when you see I didn't know when you see Cado now ye nimsa we and this in it walk from for bra young cho yangu anymore say. And then when I'm why as you and electricity near do my masses see just share nearby a shingle for near. And Ghanaians still don't see the signs. What is wrong with us? Mo say nipa bad luck na modern abet na kunya so. Nipa we see a bit to say bulldog was a wine, your man or artist say or manager went to me a manage. It to me by that old gun in niece and an ADDO or no shower sister old school no Jimmy for no GD. A boo a bit to say bulldog being a no buyer say preco baby. No the deeper papenia what bob chain or no bulldog and a papa and a mammy nara. Bra na ADDO wabono say ye ka bulldog na busu ye fie ye ka ne nananom ye de ne kromufo no kurasefo ni na aka ho a ento na ADDO baby a abu asem ne nkwasi asem wo abeto Ghana for 3 months. Somebody insult an elderly of this magnitude and we praise them. That is fine. So why are you people not praising us, also insulting Mahama? Why are you people angry with us? Because when these people were bastardizing ADDO for nothing, sometimes assembly and president and governance baby, but they will come and blame the president so they can get the least chance to insult him. Assembly and president will be any ashed that said they be a dinner bet na UTV near the dinner table. Now Father Dex na and nim kokosa ben watching quite no ginechiri. More. People are watching. It's going up more. Now kwate one note kwato so one friend say bibi kwate no raja kwate no ginechiri ho no pega franca more loud. All of you, your time will come. Your time will come. No matter how angry we were with our opponent, the unim Ghana, Charlie Yatotonia, because of Mahama to be president again, Yatotonia ma bibliayera. Mamen Cheremadie. First, no, Mami you be in Casao. And so Nipanicho abontense would be bonianu to mix young. And I'm a buane wunti. And I'm a bua ne wunti. And now you say, so ukrom na yenye wo kwan a. The only thing I beba be ye kwan na ma on say, ofa camera si wanim. Ne di president na tem tan fa ne tu form. Nkofo beba be hwe. Omo be hwe be ye kwan ama me bi say kwan ahe ne ye twa no de aye. Ana so obi ko twa no nti ayaye. Kana for her. Enyame kwesi apia metie na mebeka kire se Mahama ye bad luck o. Oba ye niama esisi kire. Oye campaign na semo na oka ede kire Ghana man say Akufo-Addo amfa mabu adwumam. Akufo-Addo ne trimu oten we nipa bone. Sika wo ho betumi afa mabu adwumam. Nanso amform adwumam. Nanso se ono the savior of Ghana John Dramani Mahama nyame ye na dom no badia Roscoe to bobo Ghana ebe work again. Ghana would work again. The same John Mahama comes to power. All of a sudden, Abusia ya wasem bi mamo yo papa yetie adwuma semana adwuma sem na mom de wo ne se afi 2025 we die se ye ka se ye betumi afo bi adwuma mu a na ye boa de akwakoye ne se eye previous government no MPP for no omo fa nipa bebre adwuma mu nti se se abema nipa no surplus abeka ho nti age se ye wie ni na na afi mu amu wa akire no yetumi di bia bam ti yesere mo ma ye 1 year. Voted for change. What is the change I'm looking for? A job. He comes to power and tells you he cannot. Meanwhile, he had told you MPP didn't employ. Now the same person comes to power and tell you MPP had overemployed. So there's a surplus of labor. Ghana, for let us open our eyes. I know you love your NDC. Me too, I love my MPP. Okay? But let us open our eyes as we do this type of politicking. It is not helping you. It is not helping me. It is helping the politicians. You know why? The allowances will come. They are willing to cut nurses and teachers training allowance. They are not willing to cut the parliamentary allowances. You see why we are not being smart and we just playing emotional politics in Ghana? Have you understood where I'm trying to take you to? They are willing to scrap planting for food and jobs. One district, one factory. What is one district, one factory doing? Employing. It might not be in the quantities as we might want it, but 1 or 2 people are getting employment. Are the sensible ones listening? Am I making sense to somebody this morning? One district, one factory is the reason why, the primary reason why Ghana has recorded a surplus ever since Ghana was made. Ever since Ghana came into existence, the only time we have had surplus is under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and that is a fact. John Mahama, this one, when he came the first time, his government never recorded one, and I mean one. If you see that year, send it to me. Not one surplus for even a month. And the one district, one factory, the reason why it has come to help is because, say, near maybe why you be to me in Ghana. Any quine say, any quine say, sebi, your cofa, sebi, sika, putso, anado so poor, edicoses a dollar cacrebi, near the akoton yama cacrebu amanone, near shapon da board, near the aba, into your bar, as I said, the fuono, omdema we come and yes, they cannot cover. But so to me, yes, I didn't work Ghana. Now, on first says, cannon cocram, sikanet no, my anymore. A man, you may not be the 2 woman you may have worn a cat. Dear Yana say Ghana ye numa laws no in terms of labor laws no ye ma private sector no fan who did too much because ye to me war man muna sebio the government is even paying more than the private sector. It doesn't make sense because the government is the one that gives minimum wages. And then when they bring the minimum wages, it spreads across board and then companies starts to work with it. And that is how it works. Like I said, you might not like me, but I'm not here to deceive you. I don't do that. Please. I'm not here to deceive you for anything. I'm telling you what is actually the gospel truth. When the government announces that this is the base for let's say the government says minimum wage is, let's say, $15. You as a company, you cannot be paying $12. No. But Ghana, the government says the minimum wage is supposed to be 19 cedis, 1 cedi more to make it 20 cedi. Yet somebody is getting a minimum wage of 10 cedi. And the individuals do not know that. For us to get this change, so we get the best of us, we must put pressure on the labor unions and the labor boards to put pressure on parliament to pass strict regulations and laws that will protect us, that if you are a private sector owner of a company, you cannot pay less than the minimum wage prescribed by the government. We are not doing that. Because the so-called neutrals are always sitting at the fence waiting for the appointment. Those who support MPP are waiting for MPP to come and then they'll be brought in. Those who support NDC are waiting for NDC to come, so they'll be brought in. So they know the truth, but they won't talk about it. Sam George be brought in as communications minister. When he was in opposition, he used to go to news files and some of these Joy FM programs. And one thing, Sam George, they be no can say data boarding. Intime, kwesi amete he. Ebra ye no say obey communication leader. Me na minim say enko ye. Me catch them say me yes, I show no Ghana. And I will come to all of them to confirm everything I have said. Enko ye, because onim kasa no be kasa gbe. Odi ni duru wa ontumi ye ho hwe. Utie. Get away, minyana. Say me born style be me ye ni say get away, na me no neama makono mamaga me de nani moja na twa na de you be jai Sam George be ba you be butu na Sam George atiada went to me. Ne kasa no sa no tie. Talk when given the mantle he can't perform. Is it the first time Sam George has been at the Ministry of Communications? No. No. The true meaning Ghanaians were supposed to ask, okay, in the first no, at the end now, Sam George to me the bar, who was okay, no communication, they got nothing. The same data no send wedding. Yes, Petty Sanka or Bar Bemwa. And could be to me my data now. What is this? Sam George is even talking about data and how to talk to the telcos in order to bring data down for Ghanaians. None of that. And you are still happy and supporting this nonsense. While he gets popular, while he positions himself for the higher bidding after being an MP. while he's neglecting you down there and giving you 50 cedis and 100 cedis. And you think because you were able to buy food to eat with it, Sam George has helped you, he's killing you. But Sam Jata George, I have promised you, you will live to reap every seed that you have sowed. And you will taste each of their fruits. You will taste each of their fruits. That is that on Sam George. I'll come back to him in another while. Now, let's go to what the current issues are. I was there when I heard that they said John Jinapo.
So far, the demurrage alone.
Today, the program is more based on videos or current videos, and I'm going to give my analysis of the words they say based on facts that are available. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Now, everything I say here, bibi amekano waha, se unjin di se eyenokrea, meslo ubetumi ako research no, or china me so me camera ni si me so na de sa no krea no de abreme. But me to me, I guarantee you say 98% of the time, every time my day information better about be and I'm thoroughly research it. It's no we no I hope someone say okay. Me pacho endra was it last Friday? Me a program bina me boy ya brefo sa krasini journalist been a lady krasini bisa on nim journalism. Me such people like over penasem yes, but because of the story be a what be your more boy you try to, but a banner a human almost so many journalists now. Most of them are bankrupt when it comes to the ethics of journalism. Okasa big. And a nearma ab ECG for ba 500 billion 500 billion yeja and around o mejina no bi akotwa no ho and onipa kona koto and onipa kona esan aton e de ama ECG me buy na mbeka kire mo say listen, there is no truth in what the lady is saying. Mokai, last week I told you people this, for those of you who still follow political zones. Mokai, me bo video no ha. And I make her say it is a lie. I didn't make her say it is a lie. Because o create impression ne say container na ebesi port hono. Aban panifuo bi MPP fuo bi ena akwa ama ade na si ho ena o makoto no dia airfo ena o mo beton ede ama ECG for back. It happened last week. Me and we page we also for those who still follow. Me and we page we also. Today, fast forward 24th January 2025. Who is talking? John Jinapo. The same containers they claim has been sold to MPP people who are selling them back to ECG. Ends up missing. Hello. Is somebody here? Is somebody here? Give a wave if you are here. Give me a wave. Give me a Holy Ghost wave. Hey, Ghana, you dear grow. Yeah, the near maybe dear grow. In Tiamoa. I think by my uti. Last week, me say, me bo video bi wa ha. Nana ya brefo. Edi si ho. Edi atem. Mama Juliana, me chiapa. Say, ayi omanye japade aye ECG japade aye diska aban ye wono kokra ba ye no ya pekwan bi so aton ama MPP fo ana MPP ni bi ena ono na ton fofofo ena se nipa kon no aba ba ye den e beton na boden e de ama ECG. Fast forward 24th 2 days ago ebaya the Minister for Energy ebegina ho say the same containers here. Ya brefugina so di aban bi atem. Any year propaganda. Yanto time MPP mpanifuo. Yanto time fam man anado ne mpanifuo. Yamani wusa nanado ne mpanifuo aton Ghana atete Ghana no. And that the John Jinapo baya. Na semu a waka kire Ghana fo ne say containers na ye dia mo bi man aton na fe the containers na yira port. You guys are joking in Ghana, and that is why this media will keep doing this. That is why they will do this. Now, Shome, thank you for confirming. ACU, make a wasem last week. Why, yeah. Now, what do you expect when you have John Jinapo as your energy minister? Is it new? Is there something new? Share the page. If you have not shared the page, let me pause. Share the page. Mo share, mommy. Those on YouTube and Facebook, push the like button. It will not kill you. The little that come, let us make the best out of it. Message John Jinapo, what were we expecting? Haven't you seen his style of play before? We have seen his style of play. Why don't coaches call certain players back? Because Oba boy and so you need to friend back. And yes, I need. And not your politics, no political partisan politics in tea. Then another I know a son or buy or boy from now so I am this in Tiaman and no more from daddy. And say you're buying the war power. This is what they do, and they come and call themselves Democratic Congress. You are a social democrat? A social democrat? For real? And your ideals and the way you push things does not even resemble even it's sometimes even worse than communist inferior tactics. Zanado, me say, unyame oma wu oma we nim ingwa se ne dofo kesi Yesu oma wa mo muti oma ni wo. Anado, when him in was said that Dr. Baumia, when him in was said that. Missing young coupon share done what you were may share and this if one sat at the Tregan of 1 year, say, watching so what cherubim be banner, but so your cherubim, Ghana name a wadron down or command when in down a genie desire your cherubim. Una Wobeka workum. Now we are scared na you good. Gabi ochre da ko and ahwan and omo na control Ghana prime minister de facto prime and na dey any prime minister de facto you were prime minister de chauffeur or no dey say or take no mu bi on the press on na drive president into the all kind of president into me see NDC nyame be mama tma ba amabia Duma mudi na nado danko Akufo-Addo papa we adwene power wo Adwene papa wo miade be tai na chi a mo neglect ye no mesi nyame be ma mo twaso aba emere ye ninka so mesi aka unim John Jinapo ana me na me mebo John Jinapo history ye wo kromo ara branch ye ye the deputy minister for energy utie ye no deputy minister for energy. Now pension edum so kra be ye west. PPAs are signing ye 17 power purchase agreement are signing ye. We original we the no call lobby you and answer the no cover by enko AS6 we John Jinapo. John Jinapo ye de be stop dum so. Na nanka me nimu se the wutwi car ketwa na untumi nto petrol e ma ne nko na opese car na kwa ade so okoto car sakese a the petrol consumption ne change they are ekuta and that is what these people did because omobenya ho bonus edi and again need to ho thinking said John Jinapo is going to stop doing so. Are you serious? When the guy have showed you he doesn't have any arsenals in his bag, obetumi dey delivers our end na ma obu afu na nado one Jerry shuffle, men twaba, ya mommy t-shirt, men and then we are bearing the fruit of what we sowed. Now, show me the M1 and say, I am tem if a malachon. A balo yachon. Ninke kwe. Nyagabi nike awie. benyen fenya hitomo wole ka yini no the mini sani ayini mini about talking about nke a time has come ninya hu gambie nyebana ke no listen, we can also become something and not just the followers. Utagamami. Okay, just look at Inshona. Go to the seaside. Choko. Yaje no yakwe. Obi nine harbor, fishing harbor. Since Kejakuki, not now. It's been kiname maybe. Ninye kemini ata fishing harbor. Nyeta was sea defense. Nya for shikike ha NDC, nya for shikike ha NDC ya kebe she ni ajanoko ke ha Ghana Gambia ya na anye akenye fitai about 1 or 2 people kokeke aha me no kofi o na me yayi nyane obu emi ni the heat is killing you alebupo for the first time gamami. What a president Jen okay like listen. 1 town only at all a fishing harbor. 1 town only at all a landing beach can it be sea defense 1 town welcome. The government have just 1 They have more than 3 in Greater Accra region alone. Ya for shiki kehana kan personne near chamo ne more landing beaches and harbors can have boy. O hani mo kweba kebo ake bo ele no ni ota oji komi keke na bo na shit of yoko osumo digitization. Afari many all the fishermen need to go to seas. But we need premix here to get premix. And the Dr. Bawumia initiative premix I feel digital. To the point that if you don't have a boat registered, you cannot get premix. Si first say, akebaya MPP chairman koshia, akebaya NDC chairman koshia, bebo fisherman tobo in your own work. Government bani lift na kaini elevatable. He's giving glory to Accra. Look at the beautiful fishing harbor we have given you. Now for Shikika NDC. The whole Greater Accra region, NPP only got 4 seats. 4 seats. Agbenabenya anonimba. Agbenabenya anonimba no. Electricity power then Chinese no kefi no kwekra aka ha boy. It was very soon small baba shop ni oyahe loan. No kegbele nya iso mi baba. Will not me yo. Afiwa obomitwe wa. In very soon hairdresser or hairdressing saloon and no yahe loan no kefi because of doom so onya no tumi ni okaya pay loan abanga lekum. And the reason is because of this bad luck guy called John Jinapo. Apart from the power purchase agreement, this was the same guy who brought the Usain Bolt meters. And now what? Yes, and MPP for coffee meter biaba and a meter no sebi otoya neko way and a coffee. Could be said when you finish translate in English. Me the befra. And can afford the end of the American is free to take. And I'm okay, so I'm professional bonny landing beach. I buy be about to about NDC and farm. People no pena 7, people ne buy ya. Waba bedding, where basis professional bonny the amom. The ya crown say, one of the bay edge, one almost there be on the car cornejo, Sebi. So by any binono, moment in now. Nancraft one starting to have papa the whole Greater Accra region. 4 seats for MPP. Mudinin in Ama NDC, and I'm on here the echo so. And I'm the echo so not then the your mama and you can't say your mama because Onipo or doom son a buy. I knew until we seek out just call a barber shop or the quiet saloon the goo and one was signed your mobile. John Jinapo was the deputy minister for energy when Doom saw that paramount. And now when it was its high peak, Muti, Chonjinapoya, they are on an crop for Aquaco, we are contained and feel no more catching. Jamaican say. Richard Apio said, are you speaking to Ghana people or Ghanaians? If you are speaking Ghanaians, then say more. I try to blend it as I can. Sometimes I go in other ways. Now let me stay on focus and not miss this point. John Jinapo was the deputy minister for energy under Dumso. He brought the Usain Bolt meters. The meters, the Ghanaian people call it Usain Bolt. We never buy. Yeah, Bano. And I say, young Ghana MPP are buying. We saw it say we need cables, any gadgets here, and yet top on the line a bit to in the world, the European recommended and whatever. And your boka MPP boka. And your class and your main say Emra. Na ECG fu adwumam enye den enkoso womo pa wia no womo pa dia ye de omo yenti e no omo share de kotua ya abrefo no mo ka e wonu TV wo say mo share dan kokika into media outlet say container bi ye ECG fu dia ebesi wo na aban ntumi anyia ma fe de obi na abeto a onipa ne ton aboden e de ama ECG fu it follows. Woman named the no one pets woman yentino. And woman didn't care to media for say, Munkoya de day, Munka say, a Kufado no crack near maybe the Bagana, Nebano, and Seaport.
with materials, cables, and other accessories. ECG has not been able to clear those containers. And so as we speak, we have 2,500 containers stuck there and stranded. And as they stay there, it attracts a lot of penalties and demurrage. And yesterday, the briefing I got is that so far, the demurrage alone is estimated at 1.5 billion. See, this is unacceptable. 1.5 billion cedis. This is unacceptable.
When we took over, I visited the Tema Harbor. Mr. Speaker, we have about 3,000 containers stuck at the Tema Harbor.
When he gave the interview, over 3,000 containers. Continue.
DG has not been able to clear those containers. And so as we speak, we have 2,500 containers stuck there.
2,500 containers stuck there. Oh, what a pity. Oh, MPP for my nyadi. Oh, container in Amadeus. Oh, ACG for MPP. That is all you wanted to do. Now go on and disgrace yourself more. All right, bruh. Let's go.
And stranded. And as they stay there, it attracts a lot of penalties and demurrage. And yesterday, the briefing I got is that so far, the demurrage alone is estimated at 1.5 billion. See, this is unacceptable.
Unimadia Ewa. Ebra Nanado down Kufuado Bedia Day 2017. Now, NDC for so cracker near many be good port. Jepeska di Yanfama politics. Utie. Kufuado so buy no. Na near me Google port here Ghana for dia. Yanfa nye dede. Ye bo modern den ye bo modern piska ediko yi bae e ma ne be bo Ghana ho brapa se wa ba ban mu na se wo na wo se wa beto se abaya krania me bia ba ode be ECG na egu port wa who is empowered to clear it? Aren't you the one empowered to clear it? So why haven't you? And I know so now more trying to pass my budget and answer and I'm clear the goods of ECG at the port. Is that what they were trying to tell us? Said John Jinapo 2 months ago said, 2,500 ECG4 containers are stacked at the port because I buy a war any. Now say wo say wo na wabeton wo na wo be ni wabeton what do you do unko say we and because you say Ghana dia port no say my man ton ye buy the ECG buy company utie ECG buy company and I buy the control port according to John Mahama on ton port no and ameboa o say on ton ye nti sa average 1.1 billion or can no na ekon wa ho. You see how they expose themselves. So he's now going to agree that indeed Ghana doesn't control the port. Nti niama na nebo ayeden wo port na nye Kufuado na ye na nye Bawumia na ye. Ni mo me deals a yankasa ye Papa Mahama ko sign here with Vincent Balo. Ghana for mama ye ni miu. Mutie. There's so much we can do together as a nation. It cannot all be politics. Okay? These same people, when we told them that the Ghana port, we don't control it. And that is why whoever is there sets their price and we have to pay. NDC said, NDC for say, port to be as built and operate. And then they are built and operate. Now, I say, Ghana are buying containers at Becca port. To me, now almost pay every NT and 1 more years are the way. And the Chrome for Janapoi, a baby general culture will say, Ghana, your containers, your niece, hono. And that year, I over 13,000, that's what I heard. 1,300, sorry. 1,300 containers, oh, Ajira, it is gone. Containers, oh, containers. Etu. So I'm called Burkina. Now, they be as well, no my. Meaning why I don't know what attachment this NDC people have with the country Burkina Faso. I don't know. The only way be no they are for Burkina. Young go fan confirm no more to call Burkina. Electrical cables, young family ECG, and also copy Burkina. We are there, but you can't say MPP phone we are. Na nyem fanye yintita mu a system no mu ye hunsu no mo de na mase no mu wi akọ. That is all these people did. Listen to John Jenapo. So we could
1.5 billion cedis. This is unacceptable.
When we took over, I visited the Tema Harbor. Mr. Speaker, we have about 3,000 containers stuck at the Tema Harbor. 3,000.
You see, they are not ashamed. 3,000 containers stuck at the harbor. Okay, so who is supposed to go and clear them? When you were leaving, National Health Insurance came at 2.1 billion debt on it. We cleared it. You have 1.5 million cedis on a government container, and you cannot clear it. Hello. These people, God will deal with them, like I have said. Don't think that Dumso is going to stop anytime soon. Because cables now can be connected to media and I join Japan and Crawford. I pay quite a bit of we are now so you catch it and say Ahira. Sabe port one security phone. Don't these containers have tracking devices on them? These containers, don't they have tracking devices on them? And they were able to just get lost from the Tema port without anybody seeing anything. But they are in charge. Mr. Ghana for Saboni, we are here. Maybe Kaswaba. Say Bufu Kun buy you a docoto Sabano 2024. Yankasa ya mine. Ye koto sa baniditi a yankasa ye mada cheno. Me say we shall all stay in and repeat. John Jinapo, the same Usain Bolt guy, is now telling us containers 1,500 and you When I say I cover container, maybe a balance it. Different. You are talking about 1,300 containers. And 500 excavators too. Ghana politics video you. My God. What do you know I went to ask you? Now only yes excavators na tu ni na so na oko Adenta Aviation Madina Echiro Aviation ona na ya parking go me ankasa me ko Ghana ko hu. Most of the excavators were there. Maybe one or two might have gone one way or the other. That is why I'm not going to hold breath for anybody. But there was a place and not all the excavators were there. But Sami Jemfi, and that is what made them love Sami Jemfi. Excavators na semno. And then the man this for the pay Sami Jemfi asemwa. Omu didn't up today because he made juicy content out of it. Can some excavators Nigeria excavators no ya the pesca the abre party we say excavators at 500 excavators at and that the 1,300 containers here electrical cables e mudru no so we lift electrical cables and na from wo na electrical cables aya no container ma mako apem any achiri ede ahamiensa apem container apem any achiri ahamiensa etumi ayira ewotema port na adie bi ye me nwanwa sa adie we na nado ena nanke wo power nke na ye wu mesinke ye wu se na nado MPP pa na wo power na ne ye danya ne ye ne ye beka kire ye say Ghana ECG si ya kan ya kan e de ne kan ye kan se nkrofo we wo mo ya kromfo we say gabi o kire da ko na eton we and nana Asante bedi etuo ono di anim na ko sign here Asante bedi etuo what in the baby dwene na ho abodam eni bre krono jealousy kwasi asemunti na nipa bi abotai abetena new TV so TV3 near to and the government is and then another is collecting everything for his family, is gathering a Japan, and I did another and then John Mahama is there. They are quiet. They don't demonstrate no more. There's no need for demonstrations. These containers don't have wings, but they believe they can fly. They believe they can touch the sky. Omoko. Na arehosem say ebekwa kupie John Jinapo, John Mahama, sa John fo no. Ane kakawuri no no. Sa adebonyefo no. Sa abayifo a ye de nipa anim na nam no. Ebekwa yen mo botom. Na Ghana ni abre. Me kania na esanke ye de niama we siesie no. Ebebo no. Arehuseme women sanka Ghana ni na eti ase se politicians na dada na politician na dada no. Enu nti obema na adwene ada ho a anke UK. But oye NDC ni. Anya de na nso chale maban na wo. Adi we die we dey ase kululu mo chale by chale you are government for support our government. So the country can burn so long as my party looks good. Forgetting that the party lives in the country. So if the country should burn, it burns down with the country. You don't need rocket science to know these things. UTA. It says, Sergio, I still want to know how such a huge amount of containers can disappear. And they are not asking questions. The neutrals are quiet. The chiefs are not talking. The Wulo men are not talking. Edwin Sifo Nkasa. Asofo na kanyanwa tum. Civil society organization. Asepa yente nka. Imani yente monka. But I told you this is a scheme to steal. NDC leadership right now sees that 4 years is not that much. Nti enimwenum ya bibia yebetumi anya musika bia no yensuso mu ntem ne yentwa ne ntem anya saa ebreko. And that is why they are doing this. I get worried most of the times. Ya na yem wanwa. The obi ka asem kirew. Na onipa kono ode wadwene di agoro. Na de bia oma no kwan ema ne de wadwene di agoro. Until when? And when you beba say there be akwa odimi di agoro do nti said this time no mani den eda until when do you draw the line? Because there are so many things I'm listing her. These were the things NDC said when they were in opposition. These were the things they said, and you know, NDC for power, and someone one more candidate Ghana for ye. And now about power, one more yard the for today. They are not doing or saying that like doing the thing they said they would do. They are rather preparing your mind to accept failure. You can see a bema mweduma. Ye ntumi ma mweduma ba monfa yesa. You can see a besi affordable housing. Ye ntumi nsimon na saa. You can see a better tini amaso market. Ye ntumi nyamon na saa nyehwe ye wawa ba ntina mu saa nyehwe. But no politician no. Na allowances ba. Or stop who dey no. Wo nursing training allowance no so you ntumi mfa ma wo. Na ka ye hu ye. Ohien ni sika, eni sika ni sika, de na yeje. Ghana for muti. Ohien ni sika, eni sika ni sika, de na yeje. Sika ni ote parliament or that big mansion mu, e da so je government allowance. Na ohien ni a ono no allowance na mba de obedi kura na be den. Ka wan na ke ni sika. You see the priorities? The ADDO betina ya na make am. Share the page if you haven't and tap on the screen if you haven't. Anyways, Apoma, you see the difference? Like one casa journey the American uses here. Tell me how that works. A typical example. My buying a major for an increase of 10% after sitting at the fence and making noise. Say the 25% the previous government was giving was not good. Now you vote for the one who is supposed to move it from 25% to maybe 30 or 35. And that same person tells you that I cannot even give you 20. I would give you 10. Now, when it 10%, no, etching 25% because of our party. Hello. I don't know, but it just doesn't make sense. And you are not tea. Your boss for me, you know. When you're NDC MPP, your boss for me, you know. Sa boss me, you know. Bako say. Make your payment increment and our payment increase of 10%. The other one so not amount 25%. Me pacho 10% pay raise, 20% pay raise. Me pacho emu di na nka befa. Mama yen ka no kre. Me amadwini ye adwuma yi de mefa 20 or 25% pay raise. Because ebema misika adoso. But what I say, ebema misika adoso. Inti se wo ye obi a o maame ne wo papa. Eda empaso. latest foam, ash foam, and sawam foam. Na wamo sebio FFA ya no suso yemu dodo ye hona ye huni na ye hiri. Ene ye denyemo. Uma mi call sebe hospital. Ye check you. Na ye wo so doctor for G2 say ampa o ye normal child. Na when you near ko school SS ya ba ye panelist on a radio station what can wadwene edichere Ghana o chere wadwene edichere Ghana na wo ka chere me say as a professor trade union congress should go and cause demonstration say 25% no it is not good at all. Then government changes. The same person that said the labor unions should go on strike and should go on demonstration for a payment increase of 20% is smiling and laughing when his government comes to power and is giving the workers' union or the workers 10% increase. He said the 10% is better than the 20%. If you were born well, like my Niger people will say, if them born you well, if your mama and papa really don't born you well, you will not make that decision. This is not an insult. This is me opening your mind for you to start thinking critically. It doesn't make sense. You make yourself too cheap. You make yourself too low IQ. As a lawyer, as a doctor, as a nurse, as a teacher, as a regular citizen, as a trader, whatever you call yourself, machine operator, whatsoever. Okay? If you tell me that somebody is giving you 10% raise, it's better than somebody giving you a 20% raise, there's something wrong with your head. NDC had one job and one job to do. And their job was the Omobe be a yanka saying, na yen Tony Panadjone say, the Omaye ni na anya papa. Let us be careful. The next video I will play is also, it actually comes with this. Let me play it because it just what I pretty much said. Let's listen to this.
Sentinel, so 20. Hey, Mama. And you want me more, yeah, na minim says 10%, as to change 25%. Hey, na yan union leaders, labor unions so for aqua sign 10%. Let's to say 10%, you know, as to change 25%. Now do I be you? Yan kai wen soon I bet kai was it. Na me do appear when you may he says labor unions na grat one for na di die no me menya na san krofo we sika no mo teme bosome no o meja itie because o mo nwene ye ho they are the most insensitive people ya kwayi wo mo eti ye sika di
Yo we a teacher ni or can I say Yakoma Ghana for 20% pay increase. Professor Jampo was around shouting left, right, center, insulting the government, urging the trade union and the teachers union and all those unions to go on strike. And then John Mahama comes and he cannot even give them 15%. He chooses to give them 10%, and these people are happy and smiling. So the lady was not happy about it. Now, let me move that and then come in with the next one. Sam George has lied again, and I would expose him very soon. But for now, let us go on this one. Let's try this one.
This is the be a putuma man. Wabakanikwa, as what to be yet. What's your AKA Dubai?
Move on to me. These days, you know, I'm queen into ya. the baby kakra to na me dey pay energy. I say most one me tiane team. Na asem de na asem ko. Ya ma me asem a okay. So when adwadifo a no mo wo president Kufuor apenso ne omo kasa, they tell you say sa KJT market ya asem you know it predates John Mahama. So utie ni ya KJT market ya ya na Mahama Dubai market you say then you omo kan no. Yes start to say yes so ho da ya ho niam no. A chain time wa we actually change time wa John Mahama be the president. Next we I believe something that we see here until we can credit him with it. I don't have a problem with that. I feel another video meaning free or not. Ababa will be boo a fool. Nebu a fool no. And thank God for the member. Baby, mammy, you in friend, meaning Cambo we answer.
Let's have us say now, Namitia. Now, my way, no. Well, you are telling me, say, me feel crack of a match as a free war. No crowd so bad. Now we say containers over 1,300 and something containers. Bakubia were about $500,000. What's the IRF report? What sort of stupidity I can't go in here? I don't get it. Say, what's the container? Hey, containers, pot.
So I think John Jinapo should be arrested. If the OSP is there, Jimmy Fubisan, forget about that guy because to me, can we say OSP Juma? Baby, a containers Nikubi and John Jinapo must bring them. But we end this in Intino and Manasa. Go away, so I can say, be me we are now for my Bassam George and then the boss Mahama. So now I can give you guys a chance to join. They are sorry so.
Bana ko school yenja ko na ko no amwana ona bi kura mbojo ma medi wan se no nya hwe onya she etwe ututu sa na politics asem fire service ni bia no so wa bone enda ma mi fire service ni ba osu buta no this is asansu abura be nsusu ofom o nsu ofom na ma kata so anjo ma ndu atia na ba kata so ade abura ni ya ya ho wa Ghana.
You are the Yamid, Mummy and Tilly.
It's young Bana ko school yenja ko. Yenja ko na ko no amwana. Ona bi kura mbojo ma medi wan se no nya hwe. Onya she etwe ututu sa na politics asem. Fire service ni bia no so wa bone. Enda ma mi fire service ni ba. Osu buta no this is asansu. Abura be nsusu ofom o. Nsu ofom na ma kata so. So anjo ma ndu atia na ba kata so. Abura ni ya ho. Wa Ghana.
Why dear young lady? Abura ni ya ho. Say you see fire hydrant ma na okoko block fire hydrant ne say ho na obeton ade na ejahihye e ba na yentumi enye nsu amfa no mu ja menim how a wo say nipa no be gina wase blame apan, but anyways that is what it is. Dum so prepare na man kan man sa. Now me say me all the unifree or na fame I can fire on. Yentie we so another excellent MP for NPP.
Speaker, when the president attended on this house, Mr. Speaker, I have with me here a load shedding document, and this dates back to October 1st to 14th. Mr. Speaker, when the president attended, Mr. Speaker, when the president attended on this house, he told us that he fixed Dumso before he exited. Mr. Speaker, this goes to refute what he said. I think what the president is trying to do is prepare us of the hardship ahead. If he's having problems keeping our lights on, I'm going to call on the president to reach out to his predecessor and ask him how he was able to keep our lights on for 8 years.
Beautiful one. So Mahama has a light, no. Who can be fast to keep on Nkechi, Uncle His Excellency and another All right. I feel I may do a so. Adeɛ bi kɔ so wɔ Ghana ɛha yɛ nyinaa yɛfrɛ adeɛ no dumsɔ ɛna the next one ɛyɛ galamsey. Dumsɔ ne deɛ ɛyɛ sɛ yɛakeka ka ho nsɛm kakra nti nna na mepɛ sɛ meti si galamsey no. Wiase yɛsɛ sɛ wodua nkɔnkɔnsa aburu a efifi wo na ho na sɛ wode trɔgye tumi a Nyankopɔn te wo to egu w'anim ase. Yɛto abawie yɛ na mehyɛ me nuanom MPP fo nkunan sɛ mama akomantu na nyame yɛ biribi ama Ghanafoɔ ehunu. Na yɛte yɛ baabi ɛɛdio ne yɛdidi na yɛka ne yɛsi yɛ so. Na yɛte yɛ baabi ɛɛdio so ne yɛkɔ ne yɛba. Na yɛte yɛ baabi na ɛɛdio na nso sɛ bio mprɛduasa yɛsika ne yɛayɛ adwuma de akɔto bank na ne yɛnsaka. And yes, Debbie. Ye ma sebe. Ye papa no mo gya ye ho a abeye bed na ma emma e wo Ghana titiriu. Woni a ye papa no dwane gya ye ma menom. Woni a na ya wo a na ye ntumi mfa ye ma enko school. Woni a ya wo a sebio mpreduasa adwuma na enni ho nti akoda fefefe na ye de na akoma se onko ne yenye ne boy Yansuma no, unsi niyama, undware nkwada, onprapra, nani, said ye beya, ye wofufua, ya tibia manedi. Cause o tinani ma fear combeteno. My buying be by us, Debbie. Ghana, you too oil. Ghana, you will go to her. Enko see that buying as SK politicians and Kwani BD. Yemfe bi investe ewo yankasa yenkoda edachi. And you rolling out free education. 2017 to 2020. Yante da say yesen kwala ni di nkrama yeduane. 2021 2022 ahochira benti awofo ani abegi free education homo. Sadia, a quite ben so and as opposition party, ya befa ye de be say free education. And I'm quadano commons yadie, and I'm quadano commons yadie, and I'm quadano commons yadie, and I'm quadano comobon, double track their results ben ever, double track their results ben ever. And the 2021 Onyanko pompa o mosontoma. Because I'm quite a cultural SSC in 2021. Nyaminti omo nweku for ado animu ase. Wamo marks na na correct than any of John Mahames. Inti abema awofo ni hu se na bra yetu akra na nkwada yintwa. Na yentua no mu tware na yenkoto aba mfintia we yenye. So people were prepared to vote for NPP based on policies. And almost start here. When we dread for him, man, I know more. And then when we dread for a would do. A DBI, baby, I'm on town aboard, then a moon born at Yomoka, Moncasa petrol, Boacosro. Moncasa dollar cosro. No moving me and Crawford, as and Crawford, what chill on one. Even though say any sanity and no will be food, no matter to a bar. Eddie against the abai. Ghana we say ye started ye galamsey was use so a started Professor Mills time e mane be kasa ho e bra insusu galamsey to at say John Mahama apenso 2013 14 15 16 and you can check the records okwa the increment of galamsey you would see it there list no ho digits no ho and figures no ho ntinyame na America get me akọ check ma ken no akọ check na ahwe and this for be promise and say one ba galamsey will be a thing of the past because John Mahama would to me as president, say obi to me at the ejai American say ayede ejai. The ministers be to say some round ball, maroon or moron. Georgia. Ebe jina hoka say womo ba be mu a ade a ye frɛ no eye galamsey ombetumi to ase within a week. Okay. The entia no ojina so a woka sa ne say tumi no wo omampani ho say omampani be make sure say ye de army for ebe kokoko site na womakoma sa dwumadi ne say ye jai galamsey no etumi akoso. Na otrofo say ne dance ni ewe bruchire. Men ye yukura no me start here free ha. Ye say kalkum ye gene kwaku na anenum. Yanko yinti Mahama. Mama yinti John Dramani Mahama. Yanko.
It is his responsibility. The people of Ghana elected him. He is currently the president of Ghana. And it is his said, it is his responsibility. The people of Ghana elected him. He is currently the president of Ghana. And it is his responsibility to deal with Galamsey now. I know that after 7 January 2025, when Ghanaians have voted for me, I will take that responsibility and we will sort out illegal mining.
Need I say more? Me patch your voice now, T, and then my voice. We end this in your me di matem, me do. Yo. Voice here with ye papa, president of the land, John Dramani Mahama. Mama yen senti ni bio. You see, only the president of Ghana. Or shall you boss say 2025 January, nyame yen adom na obeye president ya. Galamsey will be a thing of the past, or no, and a best sort of our problem no out. And then, or the president of Ghana, we are in March and check Yabeko do April. Galamsey, no, from what I'm hearing, I feel crana aye worse, and the amana be dangerous. Crana says, say, no, the operators or the owners of these Galamsey sites are not even using Ghanaian security men no more. That is the danger. And the 1 year almost bought mines no ho buy no. And now 1 year mines no yomo di and woman use Ghana for no more dia mines no ho buy. And then woman use Ivory Coast for, woman use Burkina Bay for, woman use Sebe Yenuanum Togo for, and a use a de bon baya a 2 cry no the police for crane credit. John Mahama is still the president. So am I right to say he is a chronic and a pathological liar that cannot change? Am I right to say he is a deceiver and an evil one? Because he knows the implication of what he was saying. And because of vote to Mahama paint, your catcher will say, so no ba obe jai Galamsey, no ba Galamsey aye worse. Now, me who me ye okay, ebewa. See me in an amedeba. And then let me show you ebewa. Me in an amedeba. Say yenya obi et say Captain
Children and your children will not have potable water to drink. Today you are even getting trouble getting water in your pipes because of Galamsey. So I don't care the person's politics.
We so Sam George, Minister for Communication, as we have it now. When he was in opposition, he said he doesn't understand and he doesn't care who is in power or who is not in power. All he cares about is that we have to find a way to make sure that Galamsey is solved. And the only way is for you to vote NDC to power. And once you vote NDC to power, they are going to stop Galamsey. This is Sam George again. Listen.
My children and your children will not have potable water to drink.
True.
Today you are even getting trouble getting water in your pipes because of Galamsey. So I don't care the person's politics.
When the bird is in opposition, he sings different. Utie. Yes, say efidie chi aboa nusunko. Efidie jaya aboa so a nusunko. And then Sam George Koko Apai, Sam George Wedja. Sam George Joa we dwani na ne say ebre bi ba ya wo bedada Ghana for say wo betumi aye den asolve galamsey enti yempam MPP for na omomra na omomoba omobe solve galamsey. And then Sam George abeti ase say nya ade obetumi aye den asolve galamsey no. Enti say ontumi solve galamsey dia na nyo beka na no ato no
former president.
Don't worry, me
And the vice.
Me ba Jimmy for baba could be so me ba the patron will show no so I na mon like it Mr. Mo ya mon like show no mo share but ya like no share damba Mr. Mo mon like show no ebeboa.
And Mr. Speaker, my controversial point. Ghana needs a means test.
I don't know
I fought Galamsey.
I'm
telling you today. And you
This is the evil guy I wanted to show here. Mama G, Mama Wakwa about the back page. So one type of person share. Why? Comments and whatsoever. Very soon, maybe in a mama person will join and the margin at the abba. This is the moron I wanted to show about the Galamsey. Kwekubuati say, hello, my brother. I miss you so much. You do a good job. Me that say, why? Unyami share. Cause share, mama, na me baby, and I was what support to be. This is the boy called Captain Jimmy for Dull Brain. Juma Edema Unia TV. Sorry, Bush boy. 2023. 2022. The followers of Political Zone, this is my humble channel. If you remember, I told you something that the people leading this fix the country, freedom fighters whatsoever, the people who are going against Akufo-Addo, when Akufo-Addo leaves power, their lives will be nothing to write home about. This is Captain Smart. Right now, he looks like he's 65. Ajene bone a ewo ni trimunti wanyini amono utie ajene bone etrimusum what Captain Smart means they say one day and anima basa. Right now when you look at him, he looks like a hungry animal. I say abu bi a yafa na free God temu afi ne yetete ne ho nkawanka we won e ya hwe no. And it is God doing it, and it's going to be worse than this. Obeninya lupus or hono no anybody na airport. What the more friends they agro me can wa me can ebem. Me se obia otu na no si Akufo-Addo so. E twa tro de tone so. Ema Ghana na ye hye se sankaba omi abeto aso na ye koye nim. Ye di abro e de say papa we ma to Ghana for asum say MPP nya hwe de NDC aba na me se bra mo be bre no e pinsi wi ase da. Captain Smart, say what will happen to him. Thank you, Mama G. So you feel refreshed when you're watching my program. Mesima we say Captain Smart to the Akufo-Addo jina the need now. Captain Smart looking away very, very old than how Nana-Addo is looking. And it is because they are going to pay for the bad seeds they sowed. Minyaba men fe nyagro asemu amaking mesin ne date ne dia mom to ho. And foolishly, he still has followers. Akwa we ya di trot say Akufo-Addo na ya galamsey yampamu Akufo-Addo wi a na John Mahama me kai say yes swear John Mahama in be hwe keche bia na akwa eji no Independence Square odu ba bi no pega ne sate say wa ya de yatumi atu aban ya ne yatu aban ya kasa ma ya pamu aban Captain Smart me tough me kasa na wentia me kasa ye be tu aban ya ne ya kan ne ya tu aban yo. And the prekono utie and the abua Captain Smart no and the abua biba Captain Smart no we be jina ho say ena ono e catch say NDC for na galamsey me fero ma me ntia ka meka so ma me baby Captain Smart, when you may be here, can you know, market anywhere. Oh, Captain Smart, now Baba catch us NDC for head and Galamsey. Professor Frimpong Boateng, the same, the same, and I'm against say, Professor Frimpong Boateng, Professor Frimpong Boateng, and no. Inside that same report, or my who say NDC for and the dear cotton and Galamsey, meeting your smart. And your sound trona who did it, one more my general from the bed do a chino. And I did catch and say, catch and say, you don't need to tell us nothing. These are people we are not supposed to be giving frequencies to pollute the people's mind. They are evil. So long as they are working for their paymasters and getting their food, they don't care about you. Mama ya doing now. And then can say, who doesn't know that Kencha's wife does Galamsey? Kuju. We knew that. We know so many NDC people who are doing Galamsey, so we don't need you, Captain Smart. Behind when me catch them, NDC for Galamsey today. NDC for Galamsey. So what? According to you, they were holy. So we should sack the Galamsey people and bring them. And we have sacked the Galamsey Kufuado people, and we have brought the non-Galamsey Mahama. So why are you still now coming to tell us that all of a sudden Mahama is also Galamsey? So now who should we take? Kufuado is Galamsey. Mahama is Galamsey. We are Buapan and Yamibe Tia Kebi be mad. Sa Captain Smart. Yamibe Tia and Kebia, a being serious and that. Mama, me send the date in moment to. Anyways.
Me, I fought Galamsey. I am sitting and telling you today, and this executive said to Galamsey.
Incident.
The National Democratic Congress in Penning for constituency executives. One was showing room to Galamsey.
Incident. Hey, and this is what to Galamsey into the Captain Smart into the so NDC executives are doing Galamsey. They can't tell NDC for major Galamsey. So what? We are already aware NDC people were doing Galamsey. You said they were not doing Galamsey. We said they were doing Galamsey. Captain Smart, you said they were not doing Galamsey. It's rather Nanado Danko Kufuado who is doing Galamsey. That is what you said. Now all of a sudden Mahama is in power. Now Mahama is doing Galamsey. Now his executives are doing Galamsey. Hello. Which one should we take? Such a silly idiot is taken as a credible journalist in Ghana. My opinion was formal. Yeah, the Ghana crow, like the Ghana, I say it's a joke. Coming topics then too, but no, but this one I don't even have to. This is a freestyle thing. No, serious. Captain Smart said, NDC for Galamsey. It means besides a young then into the okay, Captain. So I was say Galamsey here. What's the boys no ko wuranum wo mon kwa munanum no wo mun ko di na anwea no nyo bia dia no bia ntumi yo mu foko. So why are you complaining? Yeah, me catch Captain Kwasia no and then me catch you playing say Jimmy Sam na ye ma mu freedom na mo de betnet na radio ni TV so e de dada Ghana for adwene as if Ghana was burning tomorrow if we don't sack Kufuado and his MPP. We are not going to sit down for you to come and tell us anything about John Mahama. Whether John Mahama is doing Galamsey, whether John Mahama is burning Ghana, Captain Smart, shut the fuck up. Captain Jimmy, shut up. Whether Mahama is selling Ghana or Mahama is not selling Ghana, we don't give a fuck. He is the president. You were part of the people that said he is the best man, and therefore you will work tirelessly to get Bawumia out of the way so that John Dramani Mahama can become your president. God being so good, he listened to your stupid prayers, and John Mahama is the president. So shut the fuck up and take every shit he gives you. You are not going to sit down for that type of nonsense no more. NDC executives are doing galamsey. So what? So what, Captain Smart? So what? You're doing into the concern. Who the other answer? They be concern and who be doing concern? The hey, Makoto say, almost here, some say, hey, we are, hey, me come and tell you, into the end. Into the end. We are tired of this bogus type of nonsense, stupidity they do on the media. The good father and his appointees are galamseyers. So now we've sacked them. We have brought the people who are not galamseyers that you, Captain Smart, recommended for us. That the best people to manage the galamsey was the NDC people. You actually said John Mahama will stop it. And we are happy and we actually believe it and voted for him. So why are you now coming to tell us that all of a sudden John Mahama is doing galamsey? So what should we do? Captain Smart, John Mahama in a point he say galamsey into Yanya Odeng. Because ya for money nyansa na debi umbedu echi. NDC for na no mu do echi because no more person more power. Inti nsem bibira o kan no mu say ye tro. Captain, nsem bibira o kan and the NDC people knew you were lying. The reason why they supported it was that they wanted to come to power, and anything negative on the sitting government was a news and good thing for them, and they welcomed it. And watch your show deteriorate from now. The way I will show never about from you will be very irrelevant very soon. Or very irrelevant. Until you are starting on your phone, very irrelevant in the system. Anyways, those who want to join, you can start doing the request. Those who want to join online to Facebook or YouTube, I'm putting the link here. When you click on the link, it will bring you in. If not, you can copy the link and then you open a new browser and you put it there. And you'll be able to join the conversation. When you come in, you keep it brief and you keep it nice and we move on. I am sitting and telling you today, and this executive say to Galamsey. Oh, yeah, fire home. And this executive into Galamsey the way I'm up and fire home. The National Democratic Congress in Penning for constituency executives. One was shown room to Galamsey. Into the captain, the topic can am the band and the bed done it by Danny and Jerry. No, if you're over, I'm a topic beyond that. And no more, I brunty on the eye. Well, there's a way giant mono. Mkwasi akekani with Jimmy and Captain Smart. We giant mono. We giant mono. Journalists with no education. A year MC. Kasa bubomu sa. Thought that a previous leader. Or thought that yenche de wants buy and come to mu. Ahon we ya hon boni we are seeing na peduma we di no. Into we di umini na di wechi. NDC for she would have moved Yagalam saying Tianya Dane, Captain Smart. So what? So okay, yes, okay, into the Yanya Dane. Krasini, get off my screen. Achembem, I can see you are there, but hold on. I have 2 videos I want to clear, and then I'll let you make your submissions, okay? We told Ghanaians about free education and what these NDC people tend to do. If I say we see a video, and make your own judgment. Haruna Yanko.
And Mr. Speaker, my controversial point. Ghana needs a means test. A means test to determine who can pay, who cannot pay, and who can pay for education.
Okay. According to Haruna Idrisu, according to Haruna Idrisu, he says that the free education now for 8 years. No. He and his NDC government in opposition said they were going to add the private schools to free education. Now they gain power and they are saying that no, we have to do a test to know which parent can pay and which parent cannot pay. The reason why I keep telling my followers, say, don't listen to NDC people, they are full of deception, is one of these reasons. Why am I saying this? 1, free education is a policy that was crafted with poor people in mind, so that poor people or people with low income who cannot assist their children's education or who cannot afford their children's education can get this special assistance from the government. However, free education is not a compulsory policy. When I say it is not a compulsory policy, what does it mean? What it means is that the government is not tying anybody who can pay their children's fees to stop paying their children's fees. We are not doing that. That is not the policy. Okay? The free education policy is not saying that even if I have money to take my children to the private schools, I'm not going to take them to the private schools. He, Haruna Idrisu, enjoyed the free education because apparently his parents were poor and they couldn't afford education for him. So he had to attend free education in the north in order for him to today become what we call member of parliament. Now he is saying after studying with free education and becoming a member of parliament, he feels that the government to look at those who can pay and those who cannot pay. For a policy that is not tying anybody, says, obey to me, to ya, I mean to ya. And all of this is a way of lying to you, the Ghanaians. And I hope after this NDC government passes, the real mentality and the mindset and how Ghanaians behave and think would change for the better. Because this is very sad. Uti the American mobile pa. Onwa ko free education ni bi menyame adawroma or ye MP. Obabi otise hwi kobi or say yan mani ntua. And the sad thing is, how can you even know who can pay and who cannot pay? How do you judge that? If I can really pay my children's school fees and I can afford international schools for them or private schools for them, why wouldn't I do it? But parents whose children are enjoying these policies because they don't have the means to. He's the education minister, by the way. And he feels that the free education have to be reviewed so that those who can pay will pay and those who cannot pay will find a way to pay something for them. We are in deep shit. Again, is it not working? Okay. We are talking about Dumso. This is any other business. That's what I'm doing now. I'm doing any other business now. So, there is hospital in Ghana called Kolebu, and Kolebu happens to be our prime hospital for most of our sicknesses and diseases in Ghana. And the incompetent one comes to power with his bad luck. Patients are going to die. The last time we saw something like this in Kolebu, that great effect, was when John Mahama was in power, where people were dying on surgical beds when they were going through surgical procedures. Today, John Mahama is back, and the same thing is repeating. Let us watch this sad scene.
Mahama, this is Kolebu Teaching Hospital, and it's darkness everywhere. This is the main maternity. Imagine if a surgery is going on now. Can you imagine? The whole place is dark, and strangely, the plants are not working. This is the maternity, the main maternity block of Kolebu Teaching Hospital, which has been hit by Mahama's Lunso. Can you imagine?
The change we voted for. Now, this is the final one. I just want to clear this and then you can come in. Sam George has started his line spree again. NITA is an agency that employs workers. The workers of NITA, as we sit, has not come out to say they have never been paid. And NITA doesn't draw its salary from the controller and accountant general. There be agency NITA no. Yes, I buy the tree or mocha in a way, but omo ni a buying pay rules so say I buying sika need the tree or mocha in the first place. Enti yatna abemu 8 years. Yetuya NITA for edwuma ye for car for 8 years. Ye pe obi asay nintino. Kromfo otrofo bodamfo nimpa bone Sam George ya ningo pram ni. Ebejina ho catch Ghana for say the whole NITA. On my account to World Bank of Ghana secure them 25 cedis. Now only my dear yam Ghana for GD. Ghana for GD say edwuma kese eti say agency kese eti say ya ewo cars ewo offices ewo nipa eyemu adwuma no sika ewo on account 25 cedis but he try on adwuma for 8 years. Sometimes I don't know what we are looking for in this life. Seriously. I don't know what we are looking for in this. Sam George was not able to disclose the amount of assets he came to meet at NITA, but he is bold to echo the liabilities as he so claims 830 million cedis. Me pacho ushe video where ye hudo rada sem enya no kre. Okay, na nyame ya adoma ochina. Me the full documentation and information amenya e de beba besuemo. Na se we ye oman suafo a wo no oye minister. Na utumi hwe wo man yanim free news agencies a camera down so. A wonim se ye betumi akoye research na ehunu se so ampa ya ampa se nkrofo ya account 25 cedi na wo mu a ede en guase e bebre wo Sam George. Na so wanim guase a emfa wo ho. Na o party adwuma keke na o pese wo ye nti. Ugina ha ka kire the whole Ghana na wiase amansen na say a whole agency that is operating still working. It only has 25 cedis in its account. I mean free. I can bear my father brand. I'm into me sorry so. Why? Unmute yourself. I feel I'm a tongue.
Okay, good. I'm doing good. And so, I can say more. I can say power stand to be more. I'm I mean, I'm saying, some Georgia, because since they want to try to work us out with interest, I'm saying, also, but me Ghana with transfer. Me edition for me say on minister or modern ba who can better not talk asa or start seeing and Trump one so I don't even listen to them anymore. Now the funny thing is that Oko comments around their supporters, they're so gullible and they're so dumb set no more no I guess you make piano one or him come back now for over a containers here I say as I said I say Aquano, special prosecutor, finally to an edgema. So, my when I saw so of people because container it's me you're saying cables, electrical cables. We say maybe a carpenter or many electricians are here tomorrow in the white cables like exactly. Now, what is the like just the capacity to need more because I hold for electricity and power before we bring into maybe containers no say two just create loot and share. Or not from near the Namahama all by them fish and same work push out for person the Ghana Airways and pass the lips of a container airways or something. Someone starting someone to coin. Oh, the somebody be 2 million. Somebody be 2 years. Somebody be I have first I have confirmed they say and then they are containers. Oh, and it would be the never brain. I really sad. Ghana the never beat their grandma, Mahama or Nema or Yellow, which are very, very dangerous. It is to me the mayor would mention my man manual shots with us a pan.
No problem.
You and
no problem.
You know, say go ahead because I think it's me back and it's me by the it's me here, it's me a press conference, it's me my communicators question that the Magana for who no credit because another yet my and then me call. Because the platform is not like you know, and I'll kick and your man and I dry and that will be bars from back out bars and your channel. Papa, yet, Papa, very unfortunate. Thank you for it. Me, your one of say, oh, why, yes, send a jack, I mean, jack by somebody you live in and I saw a better tax one.
Me pacho, I will my me and I say will be and send this kind of fan confirm.
Oh. Okay, much.
Because me there me
yes, since you go ahead to that, we're doing me to know. Me so yeah,
I me all right, me that's it. Me ma DK fire 5 minutes, but DK pacho and then some cover bintiana we keep on short amount 5 minutes, but I cannot throw mommy. If I cannot easy mommy na mean to me. Oh, DK me far away, you know.
DK me chiao.
Me fancy see I mean why I'm sending an invite to the ever. DK Sombrana, I'll make her 5 minutes and I mean to me sorry so. And that day, Andra, I can't to Bianca.
So when you the audio to us, me see from 5 minutes. Then my boss.
Me point you, my point. Okay. Yeah, point is the voice. I'm done. Oh, I'm done. I believe everybody who listened today got a gist of what I came with. Memphis Kappa, you okay? Yeah, me in come on. All right, it's Adana Rivers. Thank you so much. Bless Dora. Thank you so much. Anybody that tapped on the screen, anybody that gave a gift one way or the other, thank you so much. God willing, tomorrow we shall meet again and we will get into more issues and open up more things. But today, just like I did, I spoke about Sam George, the fact that he's using state apparatus with Yaira Kuku, the national security IT side, and they are identifying pro-NPP bloggers, both TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, wherever. And what they are doing is they are directing or diverting our views and our notoriety or our notifications to other places who wouldn't be interested in our product or who would be interested in our show. And that is what is going on. And we want him to know, saying Sam George should think that whatever he is doing at the National Communications Authority and all those places, we are aware of it. And we shall make sure that in right time and in due time, we shall also strike. And they should know, Sam George of all people should know, Yaira Kuku should also know, whichever evil seed they sow, whichever evil seed they plant, they are going to live to reap it and enjoy that bitter fruit they have sowed. Thank you for joining me. May God help us and may we meet tomorrow. As Bonnie see and the Bonnie for and Bonnie Yakatu. One I join your home, a damn Bonnie refrain ya one chefa. One year pay and I'm in one. One year pay Moja no Moja. Yeshua Hamashiach Dim. Amen. Patricia Nante, thank you so much. It was a great show. Jojo said Captain Smart does not even have SSC certificate. Wilson, as so many fellas, Captain Smart is playing the mind game because he has seen an easy way to make money. Of course, that's what he's doing. Thank you so much, as many. What that Ombema gave to social media in terms of a political zone, and you're supposed to be you're supposed to be how do you call it? One of the people are moving to me and gift pack because every day mobile pa Onyamishra will say one my page in a up to this time. Patricia Nante, she was way out there pa Oba pa Onyamishra. say mobomodin and I'm support na show me messy me shoulder onyame nchira say de bia mo hana mo support Teresa Owusu madam me that say next one but these days the mobomodin and abra de bia mama why yambe shout Carl Max or say fellas, how do you guys expect Muhammad to fight against Galamsey when the small scale miners supported his campaign with 1,200 pickups? Look at that. So they supported this campaign and now he's trying to tell them that he's not going to let them do Galamsey. That's not going to work. Joe is for NST na men also Obapa on Yamisha. Yamisha Ifo, and that's a social also about Amama Salifu. Madam Chiao. Hope so here. I'll end here and we will meet now here at Doma Ochina. God bless you all. Bye-bye.